All right, Shalom. First off, give all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Akarkadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and women and children who follow. So this is my wonder why we call you Devil Challenge. All right, what I'm going with is the topic of Christopher Columbus. I mean, you Edomites wonder why we call you the devil. You wonder um why we keep saying this over and over and over and over again. It's because of your track record. Okay? The so-called white man, who is Esau according to the Bible, is the devil, is the deceiver. How is he a deceiver? Because he paints this picture like he's this holy people, this great people, this clean people, but you don't want to. He don't want to show you his real colors, his true colors, which he's a fucking demon. All right, all the atrocious things that he's done in history to our people, he covers them up. All right. Um. Matter of fact, let me get a precept just for that real quick. Yeah. So this is Psalms 55:21. It says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart." All right. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. All right, that's the perfect scripture for Christopher Columbus, okay? Because he came over here, he talked smooth to the natives, okay? But war was in his heart. They were a peaceful people, yet they drawn swords, okay? He made it seem like everything was all good. Then when he slaughtered them, took them into slavery, did all kinds of atrocious things to him, and we're gonna go through this right now. So let's get this. This is from what's this site? Grist.org, okay? Matter of fact, let me go back. It says, after Christopher Columbus stumbled upon the island we know as Haiti 523 years ago, he wrote of the Taino people who inhabited. They never refuse anything that is asked for. They even offer it themselves. It shows so much love, and suck it, and shows so much love that they would give their very hearts. All right, these people were good people, but what did he say? He says it was this perceived generosity and goodwill that Columbus thought would make it easier to seize the giant island for its fine, large, flowering rivers and forests full of trees, endless varieties, so high that they seemed to touch the sky. Years later, the Taino would be reduced to a tiny fraction of their population of approximately 300,000, and Haiti would lose 98% of those trees Columbus coveted. See, anywhere the white man goes, the so-called devil. That's why we call you a devil. Okay, it's nothing but destruction. You killed off all these people here. Now they're millions of people reduced to a population of 300,000, and then 98% of the trees that were on the island gone. Trees that have been probably grown for hundreds and hundreds of years gone. That's why we call you the devil. That's just the beginning. It says there was nothing trivial about Columbus' violent destruction of Taino people. While the sailor and his crew are sometimes lumped in uh, with all the other conquests, crazy Europeans of this other era, their particular cruelty can be so easily exonerated that it shouldn't be ignored. It says natives were regularly whipped for what Columbus considered minor offenses. Just like, Jake here in America. You know what I'm saying? This is the beginning of that slave master slave mentality, that we inherited. Of course, we went off, we did what we weren't supposed to do, but like we always say, they overdid it. Okay, so they're gonna get what they gave to us, and double according to his words. But it says but stealing a vegetable or an animal could result in cutting off a taino's nose, ear, or hand. The offender was sometimes forced to walk around with the severed body part in shame. Columbus took and gifted Taino women to his crewmen, who would violently beat and rape them. Pregnant Taino women who were taken captive gave birth to babies who were sometimes thrown to hungry dogs. Columbus established a business in the sale of 9 to 10-year-old Taino girls for sexual slavery. He also kidnapped and enslaved Tainos themselves, personally initiating the transatlantic slave trade in his voyage back to Europe. Just that sentence right there, or Slakia, just that paragraph right there explains why you're the devil. Minor stuff, you're cutting off somebody's nose, ear, or hand, and you making them walk around with it. You raping women, beating women, taking their babies and giving them to hungry dogs, selling young girls. Probably haven't even had, more likely haven't even had their flower, their periods. And you selling them to grown men. That's why we call you the devil, because of your actions that you've done in history. History says that you're the devil. It says, in short, Columbus was a murdering, enslaving, sexual abusing, treacherous colonizer to the people he encountered in the Caribbean. Only 2/3 of the Taínos survived just 4 years after Columbus' arrival. Some were killed, others succumbed to diseases, and fully half of yeah, and it says in fully half of the dead killed themselves rather than live with his tyranny. So rather than live with this devil, a lot of our people just killed themselves, man. They just offed it. Like, man, look, I don't want to, I don't want to keep going on this path. Of course, the scriptures say, that you're not supposed to do that. But that's how bad it was. That's how bad the situation was. That suicide was a regular thing. It says Columbus was also responsible for creating a system in which Taino land was treated in the way Taino women were. Not that the Taino didn't resist. Columbus left behind 39 colonizers in the first European settlement in the Americas, which he called La Navidad, in present-day Haiti. When he returned from Spain several months later, he found that all the Europeans were dead. That didn't stop him. Columbus' practice of settling on other people's lands in America sparked the European imagination, and those lands would soon be the backbones of empires. Because you're not in your own country. You're never in your own country. You want to go to somebody else's land, rape, rob, and murder their people, rape and pillage their land, take all their resources. That's what you know for. That's why you're the devil. Let's get the scripture. Yeah, this is a Habakkuk chapter 2, starting at verse 12. It says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. That's what you did. That's how this place was brought up. This is how this place was started, with blood and iniquity. All right. It just said that Christopher Columbus set the precedent that, hey, look, we can go over here and we can kill these people and we can just take their land. Why not do it? So that's what they did. Empires was formed off the idea and the practices of this man. That's where you get the conquistadors coming over to the South America, to the Central America. Later on, the British, the French, um, um, the Dutch, everybody else coming over to the mainland of America. The United States here. So And then of course we know that's when they started killing the other tribes. And the idea of taking the Tainos from from uh from Haiti all the way to Europe sparked the idea of the transatlantic slave trade, which is how you get the other three tribes over here, because they went over to the west coast of Africa and they took them and they brought them over. So Christopher Columbus is single handedly responsible for all the fucked up shit that we've been going through: the slavery, the rape, the rob, the murder, the pillaging of the land, um, just the her murderous acts, man. All right, he's the father of it. All right, and you try to deny this. They try to cover it up in the history books and say that Columbus was this good guy. They never tell you about this stuff. They never tell you about this stuff. My little sister, she had a book report, and she said that everybody in the class had to do it on Christopher Columbus, and she asked if she could do hers on Henry Hudson. So the teacher let her do it on Henry Hudson, and I told her, I said, well, if you did it on Christopher Columbus, I'd give you a real story on him. So I actually let her listen to the real story, and she was like, wow, he did all of that. So she's probably gonna go to school and tell the teacher, that Columbus was not a nice guy, and he's not somebody to be uh, uh, cherished or put up on a pedestal. But that's why we call you the devil, because you are the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. And with that being said, I want to give all praises, call Allah to Yahweh by Shem Yahshai, by Shem Karkadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring, in truth and sincerity, and women and children who follow. Shalom.